Hello,
Welcome to our channel.
we're Storm Dalton and we are nomadic adventure travelers, and we're currently on a mission to travel from the southernmost point of the continental USA to the northernmost point in Canada, otherwise the Arctic Circle.
We've already been to Key West, which is the most southern point of the continental USA, and now we are in Jupiter, Florida. Today we're moving up to St. Augustine, which is about 3.5 hours from here. We thought it'd be fun if we take you along a moving day in our lives with our trailer and our 2 dogs.
So I'm going to take you along a day of packing up for our way out. So number one, the biggest tip is get one of these adapters for your stabilizer jack, because that was way easier than using the hand crank. That was like, I don't know, the 3rd purchase that we made when we started buying things for the trailer. This is one thing that's really annoying, is that at a lot of the state parks, the water faucet will leak. And it keeps doing that. I mean, state parks are really, really cheap. That's one of our tricks to saving some money on the road, is staying in state parks because they are super cheap. On average, I think we've spent like $60 to $100 for an RV park or RV resort, depending on what they call themselves, because usually resorts come with like pickleball or a pool or something like that. An RV park is usually not much included. However, state parks are like $5 a night or something like that. So state parks are a lot cheaper. However, state parks in Florida are very, very hard to get into. We have provincial parks in Canada as well, which is what we're going to be staying at a lot on this trip. We have quite a few weeks booked already in Canada at provincial parks that are extremely stressful to get into because they open, and as soon as they open, they get crazy flooded with traffic of people trying to book them. So, all right, I've now disconnected the water. I'm going to shut down Starlink, pack that up, and then turn off the power. So in order to shut down Starlink, there's an app for that. And once you're connected, you can actually just put it into stow mode in the settings, Starlink. And then you can see, I don't know if you can see that, stow Starlink. Basically just puts it to sleep so you can unplug it. And it folds itself up nicely, so yeah. So this is what Starlink looks like when it's stowed. It kind of just folded itself down, which is nice because you take this apart. I unplug the router as well from power while we're driving, and then I've kept the box so that I can package it away nicely. And it's nice and protected while we're driving from all the bouncing around, because, well, they were like $700 or $800 when we first bought the actual Starlink dish. So they're bloody expensive, and I just want to keep it protected. I would actually like to upgrade and get like a plastic bin that I can get that this would fit into nicely. I've seen some other people with them. But I just haven't yet. All right, so this is our water filter. I have it actually inside the pass-through, which is very handy dandy. And there's a quick connect that connects to our hosing, our freshwater hose from outside. So I disconnect that, and then what I do is the water comes in through this hose. There's a quick connect into the import of the water filter. It gets filtered. Then there's a hose on the opposite side that's like deep back in my pass-through, and that hose is connected so it comes out from the water filter. The hose wraps through underneath the cavity here and then goes into the trailer here. So I actually disconnect the outer hose first, let that depressurize, and then I take this hose off, dump out some of that water, and reconnect it to the filter. So basically the filter is now self-contained. It's not going to leak anywhere while we're driving. I just push that back into my pass-through, and we're good to go. And then I take the outer hose off, wrap that up, and throw it in the back of the truck. All right, so we are ready to head off. We're all packed up. We're good to go. It's a 3.5 hour drive, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
Without
cool.
any stops.
No stops. We need to get gas at some point, but we're on the road.
Who's a good boy?
Let's go stinky first breath.
And we got poo-poo.
We've stopped for gas. It's another probably 2 hours, I think, to get there. Now, one of the things that I do when we stop for gas is I come back to the connections area and I just check to make sure that everything is still nice and tight. So this lug nut on the bottom, just want to make sure that that's nice and tight. Check the chains, make sure they're all still attached. Check this cable, make sure it's still plugged in nicely on the lock. Everything's nice and secure. And then what's really important is to go around and just take a look at your tires and make sure that none of them have started to go flat or anything like that.
30 more minutes.
We're almost there, finally. I feel like this was...
Let's go.
I feel like this felt so long, even though it was only like 3 hours. It just felt really long. We've done like 8 or 10 hours.
That happens sometimes, yeah. It's because Florida's so flat, but
it's pretty boring.
You gotta enjoy the journey, right?
We made it. It is absolutely freezing here. We had to put on sweaters as we're backing in the trailer. Pretty nice sight. Look at the size of it. The nice thing is that like you can't really see the neighbors or anything. We don't have any neighbors across from us, which is pretty cool. That's kind of unusual. I think, yeah. Storm's just cooking some food inside, so we're gonna try and eat something. Did you see that? So Storm's cooking us lunch because we are absolutely starving. It felt like a really long drive. I don't know why. Maybe because we were just anticipating filming the rest of this YouTube video. What are your thoughts? Campsite? Campground?
Campground looks big. Campsite's good, but it is sandy, which just means more vacuuming. But it's lots of privacy, like lots of bush on each side and no one behind us, so that's nice.
For a little bit of backstory, we almost already need to apologize to you, our audience, because we were in the southernmost point of the continental USA, which is in Key West, Florida. We were there weeks ago, and now we didn't decide to start this YouTube channel or start filming this journey until like a few days ago. So we don't really have a lot of footage from that point, but you're going to have to bear with us because we are just starting up this YouTube channel. We honestly have no idea where we're going. We just decided that, you know what, we're on an epic journey and filming this for ourselves to look back on in the future, to remember the places we've been and the things that we did is going to be really valuable. And we hope that we can bring some value to you as well. Maybe inspiring you to go on a journey like this yourself. Or if you live in Florida or in Wyoming, where we're going to be passing through, maybe we're going to introduce you to a hidden gem or a cool place that you could want to go as well as maybe inspiring you to just take a leap of faith and do a journey like this, like us. We full time in our RV and try to travel as much as we can. We absolutely hate winter, so that's why we try to winter down south. And well, this is the journey that we're on this time, and we're hoping that you want to stick around. This is our very first YouTube video, so I apologize if it's awkward. I apologize for the amount of times I'm going to say or like or so. I promise I will work on that and try to get rid of that out of my vocabulary. I almost said it again. But if you have any tips for us, if you have any feedback for us, please leave it in the comments below. We want to get better at this, and we want to iterate and bring you valuable, useful content. Thanks.